Okay, everyone. So here we are again. It's December already. So last time we met, the title that we worked with was We Can Help This Troubled World. And the two concepts that I at least used were on one side, there's a part of me who is dragging my feet, and there's another part of me that commits and takes action. And that was the end of Pema Chodron. So now I had to find a new book, and it took me some time, but this is the one I'm going to use. It's different. It's filled with sacred poetry and prose. And the texts are long, so I'm just going to pick a part of it. And the first one that I read is on page 31. It's called The Inner Ruler. It's a pretty long poem, and I'm just going to read one of the paragraphs. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no fear. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no grief. How can the multiplicity of life delude the one who sees its unity? Okay, so with that in mind, we are going to do the physical practice. So what did I hear from this passage? I heard that if I see myself in you and you see myself in me, I feel no fear or no grief. So so today what we could do is practicing when I look at someone else, do I look at you or do I look at me? When you look at me, do you look at me or do you look at you? So there's a part of me who sees you, and then there's another part of me that sees me. Okay, so let's try that. Or pick something else. Okay, so take your seat. Start moving your feet, lifting the heels, lifting the toes. You can use your eyes to look at your feet, see that they are really there, connecting to earth. Maybe notice how the soles of the feet are touching the earth or the mat. Notice the pressure and how it changes as you're pushing and lifting off. And then come to stillness. Bring awareness to your two sitting bones. And today, the two sitting bones are representing that there's a part of me who's looking at you, like you are over there. And there is another part of you that understands that even if you are over there, I'm looking at myself. So there's a part of me who sees you, and there's another part of me who sees me. So you, me, you, me, you, me. And then come back to stillness. Maybe use your fingers to gently tap at the crown of your head. Remind yourself of the opening you once had, that the physical opening that you once had that when you were a newborn baby. And maybe imagine how you keep that opening open. And through that opening, it's like a straw that goes through your body into earth, does a big circle up into the universe and then into the crown of your head through your body. And then maybe imagine how your breath is moving in that big circle that you are part of. A big circle that you are part of. And then place your hands on your knees and starting the cat-cow motion. And then come back to neutral again. Looking at your hands. And then blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn and open up, look behind you. And release. And then lift and release the shoulders a few times. Look at your fingers, open, close, all the way up. Clasp the hands that feels funny. Turn them over, straighten your elbows. In, breathe into the nose and out through the mouth. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. Turn, open up, look behind you. And then release, lift and release a few times. And then bring the arms up in cactus. And then starting the twisting motion. Playing with different perspective. So there's a part of you that when you're looking at someone else, you're looking at you over there, you that are separate and different from me. And then there's another part when you're looking at another person that sees yourself in that person and see that you are the same. You're the same as that person. And then observe your own imbalance. Do you have a tendency to see people as over there? Or have you a tendency to see people as they are part of you? So whatever it is, if any imbalance is an imbalance, so we have patterns. So what is your strong pattern? And if you keep on swimming in that direction, we're going to create more and more imbalance. So how do you change the direction? And swimming backwards is really tricky, but we can do it. We're changing patterns. Okay, now elbows and knees are different, but they are very similar joints. Yeah, so it's like you and me. So what happens if we allow the part of you that sees you and the part of you that sees me when they meet? What happens when they meet? Just for a quick little meeting there. What happens? And then cross the midline. And then stay in conversation. So what happens when you stay in conversation? And then release and try the other side, staying in conversation. So the two parts of you, what happens when you allow those two to stay in conversation? Okay, and let's try all four. All four. So bringing the knees up, connecting with the elbows. Very similar joints, but they are clearly different. Upper body, lower body. You can stay here. You can go into a regular boat posture. You can kick and scream if you want to, or anything else that's helpful to you and not hurtful to someone else. And then eventually release. With a wide and stable stance, we can explore options without falling. So here we go. So there's a part of me that sees you, and there's another part of me that sees me. So when I look at something else, there's a part of me that sees something that's separate from me, and there's another part of me that understands that we are together. We are a unity. So physically separate, spiritually united. So just exploring these two concepts or ideas and notice how you feel and react when you think about these ideas. So physically separate, spiritually united. And then what lies in between those two contradictory concepts? What are the, like, this is black and white. So what are the all the colors in between? How do we handle all these colors? And then come back to neutral. Okay, let's paint a picture. So starting with thinking about when I look at you as separate from me, what's the color? What's the images that come up? So your hand is your paintbrush. Dip your fingers in the color, and then draw that picture. So when I look at you as separate or different from me, what is the image that comes up in my mind? And then release that image. And then go to the other side. So when I look at you, there's a part of me that sees unity, that we are the same. So when that part of me look at you, what color comes up? What images? So pick the color and draw that image. And then release that image. And then we're going to jump the feet together. So engage the core, lift the feet, jump the feet together. We're going to write the story. So write the story about when you look at someone else or something else that is separate or different from me. So spread the toes, dip them in ink, and then write that story. Write that story. So writing the story that you are different and separate from me. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together. We breathe into the nose and out to the mouth. And then release down, let the head be heavy. Inhale, come up. And then place the right foot on the left knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Gently guide that right knee out. And then notice any tightness in your physical body. Use your breath to rinse, clean, open up and heal whatever needs to be healed. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes out under. Give yourself a hug. And then find yourself to your version of eagle posture. Okay, so this eagle, when this eagle looks at something else, it sees something different and separate from itself. So observe that eagle. How does it feel? What's going on? And then let that eagle fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, we're going to go to the other side. So there's a part of you when you look at someone or something else that understands that we are spiritually the same. When I'm looking at you, I'm actually looking at myself. So when you think about it that way, what's the story behind that perspective? So that's a different perspective. So spread the toes, dip them in ink, and then write that story. And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, breathe. And then place the left hand on the floor, the right hand on the right knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release. And then the top arm goes up. Push into the earth and reach up towards the sky. And then that top arm is going to go down and then finding the opposite ankle. Left hand walks forward and then look underneath your armpit. Inhale, come back. And then place the right hand on the floor, left hand on the left knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, release into the twist. And then the top arm comes up. And the top hand comes down and then finds the opposite ankle. Right hand moves forward and look underneath your armpit. Inhale, come back to neutral. Inhale up, and then place the left foot on the right knee. Use your fingers to open up the toes. Gently guide the left knee out wide. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then moving into eagle, your version of eagle. Okay, so this eagle is looking at something else and sees itself. There's no separation between this eagle and what the eagle is looking at. So how does this eagle feel? What does it look like? What does it do? And then let that bird fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away, fly away. Okay, we take another wide and stable stance, blinking, bubbling stars all the way up. Clasp them, turn them over, straighten the elbows. Breathe. Now imagine that your arms are your wings and your fingers are your feathers. Now reach and spread those wings wide. And then go out into the world and fly around. Just fly around. And notice, what do you see? What do you see? And then palms go up. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, come up. Exhale, dive deep. Inhale, come up. Exhale, dive deep. And then bring the arms behind you. And then stay there. You can keep your eyes open or closed. And then release the left hand, shake it out, bring it up and over. And then imagine, even though the fingers might be physically separated, imagine how the fingertips connect. And then release down. Shake out the right arm and then bring it up and over. Then once again, imagine how the fingers, even if they might not physically connect, imagine how they connect spiritually. And then release both arms. Maybe roll the shoulders one way and then the other way. Okay, now we're going to build strength in the legs. So bring the heels a little closer. Inhale. Exhale, push into your feet and into the ground. Okay, I'm going to pick 8 to start with. So 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Take a moment to rest. And then we're going to do one more time. Big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor and come up standing. And this time I'm going to take 12. Okay, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out. Wait. Breathe. And then big inhale. Exhale, push into the floor and come up to standing. Okay, breath of joy, starting with the arms out wide. 3 inhales, 1 exhale. So inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, exhale. And then let the arms go. Let the arms go. Let the arms go. And you can leave the mat. You don't have to stay at the mat. And you can go backwards and forward and circle around. And as long as you don't hurt yourself or others. And then allowing that elbow and knee to connect, the 2 parts of you. So sometimes it's just a quick little connection there. And then crossing the midline. And then eventually finding the position of power, position of power. Place your hands on solar plexus. Bend your knees. Inhale. Exhale and share it with the world. Inhale. Exhale and release. Inhale. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, release. And then stay open. Stay open. And then hands back to your hips. And then building external support. Building external support. And then lean and lift. So balancing and creating or building that external support. You can feel that both external hips are working hard here. And then the other side. And then eventually taking skillful action. Eventually taking skillful action. Okay, now we're going to push something away to create more balance. So if you want to, you can pick the you and me concept. So do you tend to see others as separate from yourself, or do you tend to see them as a part of you? So whatever it is creating imbalance. So we're going to push away our habitual pattern to allow the opposite to come in to create balance. So you pick something, give it a shape, give it a form. And then push that away, push it away, push it away, push it away. And it's going to want to come back because we've been doing this for a long time. And it's going to be hard to resist. And we are going to give in a few times, but eventually you win. You win and keep it away. We might need to kick it a little bit as a reminder. And now you have created balance and you can release the hands. You can release the hands. Very nice. Okay, let's celebrate that with the sun salutation. Okay, inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. Two more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up. Exhale down the midline. Last one. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale down the midline. And then stay there holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And release. Okay, put your hands on your hips. And then let's do the hip walk. So lifting the hips, coming forward. Okay, starting in Tadasana, we're going to step back to Warrior One. So big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair posture, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, the right heel comes off. Take a big step back, find the earth behind you, and then build the foundation for warrior one. Both hips are pointing forward. When you feel that you have it, then you bring your upper body up. Stay there. And then bringing the arms up. No rush, but don't drag your feet either. So finding the balance between rushing and dragging our feet. Release the arms back. Place them in your back pockets. Now bring your awareness to your heart space. And then allow the heart to lead and the mind to follow. Heart leads and the mind follows. Both are needed. Bend the top knee, bring it forward, and maybe give yourself a little squeeze there. And then back to Tadasana. Okay, let's try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. Build your foundation. Hips are pointing forward. Take a breath and then bring your upper body up. So finding the balance between rushing and dragging your feet. Finally, the arms come up. Creating warrior one, observe without judgment. Bring your hands to your back pockets. And then eventually we are asked to make a choice and take action. So allowing the heart to lead and the mind to follow. Both are needed. We can't just do mind, or like if we only do mind, we're going to go one way. If we only do heart, we're going to go the other way. But when both are working together, we are moving skillfully towards a better future. And then bend the top knee, bring it forward, give yourself a little squeeze, and then back to Tadasana. Okay, let's step back to warrior two. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra, transfer the weight, right heel comes off, step back, open up the pelvic half. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two, move into the future using the chair or your knee or the floor. That's your choice. Moving back into warrior two for a moment. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release into Trikonasana using the chair, your lower leg, or the floor, your choice. Maybe top arm comes up, maybe the gaze comes up. And then moving back, hand comes down, gaze comes down, rebend the knee, finding warrior two. Place your hands on the chair. Take a moment there. We're moving into Ardha Chandrasana. And decide how are you going to use the chair or the floor? So transfer the weight, Oops. Moving into Ardha Chandrasana, using whatever support you need. The chair, the floor. And then slowly coming back, bend the top knee, bring it forward. And if you want to, a standing pigeon there, like a quick one. Okay, let's try the other side. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight, take a big step back. Open up the pelvic halves. One arm in the past, the other one in the future, and we are right here in the present moment. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. And then moving into the future using the chair, the knee, or the floor, your choice. Inhale, come back to warrior two, hands on your hips, straighten the front knee. Release the hand down to Trikonasana using the chair, your leg, or the floor. Hand comes down, gaze comes down, rebend that front knee, coming up to warrior two one more time. Place your hands on the chair. We're moving into Ardha Chandrasana. Transfer the weight forward and use the chair or the floor to support you. And you decide how. Okay, bend the top knee. Slowly come up. And if you want to, bring that leg forward. Hold on to the outside of the foot. Come and starting working towards standing pigeon. And then back to Tadasana. Okay. Tree posture. Starting in Tadasana at the top of the mountain. Drop the seat. Transfer the weight. And then allow your tree to grow. Maybe starting with the traditional tree posture. And then maybe allow it to evolve to something else. It could be a posture that you know, or it could be something completely new that no one else has done before. You choose. And then eventually the sun sets and it's time to go back home. Drop another seed, transfer the weight, maybe starting with the traditional tree posture. And then allowing it to evolve to something else. And then the sun sets and it's time to go back home. Okay. Feet a little, spread your toes, so feet a little wider than your hips. Bend the knees, find the chair, and then push the hips back. If you want to, you can place the hands on the floor. And then release the knees close. Okay, pick a color for the part of you that sees people separate from you. Draw that big circle. Give it a dot. And then find the part of you that sees someone else as a part of you. Give that a color. Draw the big circle. Now mix the two colors and draw a big circle. Big circle. Place your hands in your back pockets. Elbows are moving towards each other. Bring your awareness to your heart space and allow your heart to open, to receive and to give. And then release, untuck the toes, and find child's posture for a few moments. Inhale, come up. Clasp the hands. Place your elbows on the chair. Tuck the toes. Lean into your support and come up to dolphin posture for a moment. And bend one knee, bend the other. And then bend both knees and come up to standing. Okay? We're going to move into the third part of the practice. Listening to the words of, so this is actually collect. So it's Eknath Eswaran who has compiled it, but it's a collection of poems from different books and different authors. So let's listen to this again. So this poem is from the book of the Isha Upanishad, and the title, I mean, this is in English. It was probably written in a different language, but this is the best we have right now. The title is The Inner Ruler, and I'm just reading one little paragraph of this longer poem. So if you're interested in the book, this is the book, and C has it. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no fear. Those who see all creatures in themselves and themselves in all creatures know no grief. How can the multiplicity of life delude the one who sees its unity? Okay, so with that in mind, find your seat, sit up tall, bring your awareness to your breathing, and we have about 6-7 minutes. And here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes, move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Bring your hands up to Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow your head in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together this morning. Namaste. Okay, and now if you want to, you can bring your journal. So what I do is I write the date is December 4th. The title of the poem was The Inner Ruler, and the two concepts, at least I worked with, was you and me. So you and me. And then I will spend the next 10, 15 minutes reflecting and putting down words and colors or images. And that's it. There's no overthinking. So I'm not, and there's no perfection either. But I'm not dragging my feet. If I don't do it now, I'm not going to do it. It's that simple. So I give it 10, 15 minutes and that's it. Whatever comes out, that's it. And then I'll do it again next week.